so please check out our Instagram. It's in the description down below.
We'll try to make edits weekly.
We are so excited for finally starting a YouTube channel.
And we hope you like our videos.
Okay, for this video we are going to show you GACHAEDITS from beginner to expert and how to improve your skills and become an expert.
We aren't experts or anything, but this is our way to express it and our opinion on what makes an edit good.
And it's totally fine if you did it in a beginner way. You can just learn how to improve your skills. So let's start. We are going to use the same OC for all the video. Just edit it through all the different levels.
Let's start with the beginner one.
I made this edit and it was actually a bit hard because I'm not a beginner, lol. So I hope this won't be an insult, but I think this is something that a beginner will do. Now, what makes us think this is an edit from beginner? First, the shading, it's a bit basic, and the skin shading is not blurred. Unlike the rest of the shading, it's made in just one layer, so you can actually blur. The eyes are not actually tinted, and finally, the background doesn't match with the colors of the did, and I can give you a little help with that. So, the only thing you need to do is create a new layer above the OC. Turn on clipping in that new layer. Now you need to pick a brush that allows you to make it bigger and color all as the same color as the background. Then just lower the opacity and that's it.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. In my opinion, the main problem in this edit are the highlights. Not only are they too much, but they are also misplaced. What I mean is that they should emphasize the shape of the hair itself, like this, instead of being all over the place. Another problem is the shading, which looks dull and muddy, because it's just a darker shade of the colors. And although the placing looks alright, because it is only applied in the edges regardless of the light source, it makes the image look flat. Finally, I applied the color of the background over the character and lowered the opacity to make sure the colors match.
I think it's actually really pretty, but you still can improve it if you did like this, if you want. So let's go on to the pro one. Okay, here we have the pro one. Tacita made the OC in front view, and I did it, so you can say we made it together. I think this edit is pretty good actually. I love the shading and the eyes are so pretty, but there are things you can improve. It doesn't have line art and the lighting isn't very clear. If you want to improve your abilities a bit more, it's alright. And let's go on to the expert one.
For the expert edit, I try to pay a lot of attention to composition, something that isn't considered like at all for the previous edits. So I try to follow the rule of thirds very roughly and make her eyes the focal point of the image. Aside from that, I try to make the image feel sort of magical, which I achieve by adding tons of sparkles, making the eyes and tiara glow. I left the sketch, painted over it and cleaned it up instead of adding line art because I don't think it suits the concept of the image. I got slightly inspired by classical oil paintings since the character is a princess, and it gives the impression that this takes place in a different time period. Plus, I didn't want to do line. I don't like doing line art. Anyway, to make the image match the background, I created a layer with the main color and set it to multiply. For the glow effect, I made a layer set it to add and then went over the eyes and tiara with an airbrush using a bright color. For the sparkles, I took one of the night sky images from Ivy's paint, then set it to color dodge, and erased some parts using the airbrush. Depending on the image, you might need to change the blending mode. Finally, the shading here takes into consideration the light source, material, texture, and the environment surrounding her. If you'd like to see a more in-depth tutorial, then tell me in the comments below.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe,